Hello everyone and welcome back to Studio Lilianna. I'm Lilianna if you're new here, and today we're going to do a 15-minute solar plexus chakra yoga flow. Just going to start by taking a comfortable seated position, and then we're going to go ahead and bring hands to prayer, and we're going to point our fingers out just below the rib cage. So we're just going to take some deep breaths to start with, just grounding into the practice. In through the nose and out through the mouth. So I'm just going to give you a few solar plexus chakra affirmations to go into your day. So I'll give you a few and you can choose which one resonates with you the most. So, I have everything I need to create my own opportunities. I am allowed to take up space, and I stand in my personal power. So just choosing one of those and saying it over in the mind, going into your practice. And then we're just going to let the mudra go. Bringing the hands to the knees. Going to blink open the eyes, and we're just going to start by stirring the belly round. So bringing the chest out to the front as you inhale, and then as you exhale, scooping the belly back, round in the back. Doing some sort of seated cat-cow barrel rolls. So going in one direction and then the other. Remembering to breathe. Then we're just going to slowly come back to center. So we're just going to bring the chin down to the chest. I'm going to rotate the neck all the way around. One way. Nice and slowly. And then the other. Working into any sensitive parts or tightness if you need to. Doing what feels good in this moment. Just going to gently bring the head back to center. So I'm going to do some wrist warm-ups, so bringing the hands into fists in front of you. Just going to slowly rotate the wrists round, really trying to isolate the movement to the wrist. And then we're going the other way if we haven't already. Then we're going to interlace the fingers and we're going to do a figure of 8 with the wrists. So again, trying to isolate that movement to the wrists. It's harder in this movement. And then going the opposite way, so like in reverse. Reverse figure of 8. And then shaking it out. Nice. So we're going to roll over the knees, coming into tabletop. Stacking the wrists underneath the shoulders. Knees hip width distance. Coming into a neutral spine. And then as we inhale, gazing forward, dropping the belly down. And as we exhale, round in the back, pushing into the palms. Inhaling for cow, exhaling for cat. So just working through your own breath rhythm here, to your own pace. Starting to warm up that core. Then we're going to do some barrel rolls. So it's flowing from cat to cow as we barrel roll the torso. You can get the neck involved as well. I'm just going to invite you to do any sort of free movements here, whatever feels good in this posture. There's no right or wrong. So coming back to neutral, we're going to tuck the toes and hover the knees off the ground for a few breaths. And releasing back down. Coming back off the wrists and just shaking out the wrists for a couple of breaths. And then we're going to come back into tabletop, tucking the toes, hovering the knees again. This time we're going to bring the right leg up and then the left leg. So keeping the knee bent, we're just going to alternate between the two. So right leg, left leg. And again, remembering to hover the knees, remembering to breathe. Last one, and release. Coming all the way down to child's pose now, just for a few breaths. And then we're going to peel back up, tucking the toes, pushing up and back for downward facing dog. We can pedal out here. So as you lift the right heel, drop in the right hip. And then when you lift the left heel, drop in the left hip. And just alternating this. So you're sort of swaying in your downward dog. Going back to neutral, and then we're going to push forward into plank, hold in plank, and then working your way through chaturanga, so knees, chest, chin. We're going to push through to cobra, so chest coming through the arms, and then as we exhale we're going to come back to child's pose. We're going to flow from child's pose to cobra. So as you inhale, scoop in the belly along the mat, coming into cobra, and then as you exhale, pushing back to child's pose. You can tuck the toes as well for a variation of child's pose. Inhale, scoop in the belly across the mat, exhale to child's pose. So doing this in your own rhythm. And then we're all going to meet in child's pose for a few nice deep breaths. So we're going to push back through onto our stomachs now. And then we're going to just stretch the arms overhead, stretching further than the mat. Then we're going to bend the right leg, so heel toward buttock. And we're going to bring that right arm round to catch the foot. Then on the opposite side, so we're going to hover the left arm and left leg off the floor. So we're doing like a half bow posture here. And relaxing down. Then we'll come to the other side. So kicking the left leg up, catching the left foot with the left hand, and then hovering the right side of the body. So again, half bow. A few more breaths. And then releasing down, stretching out, really stretching the body from the tips of the toes to the tips of the fingers. Stacking the hands on top of each other, bringing the forehead to the top of the hands, where you can just take a few breaths. And then we're going to prepare for full bow. We're going to bring both heels up to the buttock and then catching them with both hands. Inhaling to prepare, and then as we exhale, so lifting up, kicking the feet into the hands. And then relaxing down. Taking a few breaths here in between. Then catching the feet again with the hands, inhaling to prepare, exhaling to lift, lifting the chest, kicking the feet into the hands. Taking one last breath here and then releasing. So coming back down, stacking the hands, bringing the forehead to the hands. Taking a few deep breaths, letting the sensations of bow pose wash over you. And then we're going to slowly make our way to our backs, bringing the knees into the chest, bringing the nose up to the knees, and really squeezing into a ball. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Rock in if you'd like. Squeeze in the whole body. And then you're just going to release the head down to the mat, coming into happy baby. So you're grabbing the outer edges of the feet, rocking from side to side. You can straighten one leg and then the other. Massaging, rocking to massage the lower back. And then slowly making your way down to Shavasana. So we're going to be here for a couple of minutes. So if you'd like to get anything warmer on or use a blanket, then please feel free to. So every time you inhale, letting the belly and chest expand. Every time you exhale, sinking deeper into the mat. Letting go of any concentration. Feeling the postures integrating into the body as you rest. Totally relaxing every part of your body from the tips of your toes to the top of your head. So you're just going to start by gently deepening the breath, wiggling the fingers and toes, rolling the wrists and the ankles, stretching or yawning. Bringing the knees to the chest, rocking to massage the lower back. And then you're going to make your way over to the right hand side, taking fetal position for a few breaths. Then gently pushing up to a seated position to end the practice. You're going to stretch the hands and the arms overhead, coming into prayer, and then flipping your fingers out for the solar plexus mudra. Taking a few breaths here. And then when you're ready, blinking open the eyes. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope to see you in a video soon. Bye.